minutes. Mr. Nader, you have the floor for 5 minutes, please.
Thank you, Chair, and again, through you, thank you to our witnesses for joining us here today. I want to begin by just making a comment about the concerns that we've heard today and how concerning it is to hear from KPMG, one of the largest firms in Canada, at 10,000 employees, and then being asked by the government of Canada, by a senior Trudeau government official, to contract through a two-person firm in a basement with no IT experience. I can't begin to explain how concerning this is, and should be concerning for you as well. That you, as
Point of order, Mr. Chair, if I could interrupt. Sorry, Mr. Nader.
Just 1 second, Mr. Nader. Yes. Go ahead, please.
Could you clarify what time we're ending today? I was under the impression we were a 2-hour meeting. I don't know what resources we have, and we seem to be at the end of our time. So, if you could simply let us know.
Yeah, we're down to the last 10 minutes here, so or closer
okay,
to
do we
9,
have resources to go over the 2-hour allotment?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Over to you, Mr. Nader. You have 4 minutes, 20 seconds.
Thank you, Chair. And but how concerning this really is for Canadians that this lack of value for money was really undertaken here. It reminds me of a Liberal MP who was once elected and wanted to do a motion on financial literacy, and then of course the PMO got a hold of that and said, "Oh, you can't do that." So she instead wasted resources over a number of parliaments trying to change the name of her riding rather than focusing on financial literacy, which I think is unfortunate.
Chair. Point of order, Chair.
Yes.
I hope I'm going to have a chance to respond to that because.
Well, hold on, Miss Shannon, you want to respond? Okay? Sorry. Miss Shanahan, Miss Shanahan, there is a government slot next, Liberals, so you will have a chance to respond however you like. And I would ask you to mute yourself, Ms. Shannon, because right now we're just hearing a lot of laughter, which is rather odd. So, Mr. Nader, 3 minutes, 50 seconds.
Thank you, Chair. And there is a lot of odd things going on with this Liberal government, so I'll just leave that there. To Mr. Nijar, how many resources did you personally have from KPMG working on the cybersecurity assessments?
There were a number of resources. I don't have the exact figure, but I can get that to you. No problem. But there were a number of individuals at various different levels of seniority and experience.
And if you could get that information, but to that end, the various levels of seniority and experience, was that information communicated specifically to GC Strategies, those levels of experience of those individuals?
Thank you for the question. So we identified the individuals to the CBSA, and those individuals were on the engagement. And I do not know if GC Strategies were aware of those individuals. I believe they were. They knew the names of those individuals, is my understanding. And those individuals worked on the execution of the engagement.
Can we be sure that the individuals and their experience was correctly identified both to GC Strategies and through GC Strategies to the government? We've heard before about them, GC Strategies, falsifying resumes, falsifying information, and providing that information to the government. Can you be sure that your information was correctly provided to the government?
Thank you for your question. So I cannot speak to the information that GC Strategy shared to the government, but we provided the names and the experience levels and the security clearance levels of the individuals that were going to be on the project, and they were on the project, and they executed on the completion of the work.
Thank you for that, Chair. And in my remaining time, I am going to move a motion that the committee invite Mr. Imran Bashir, KPMG's National Public Sector Cyber Lead, to appear for no less than 2 hours on the committee's ongoing ArriveCAN study, and that the witness be scheduled to appear within 7 days of the adoption of this motion. This motion has been shared with the clerk, and I believe she could will send it out.
I'm in a few. I see a couple of hands going up. I'm going to suspend the meeting just for 3 minutes. I'll just explain what's going on here. So we have a motion now that we move right into this motion. It is a matter related to these committee hearings. Witnesses, you're welcome to. I'm going to suspend for 3 minutes, then we'll get going in. This can either be wrapped up quickly or something that takes a little bit of time. For now, I'm
Sorry,
going to
Chair,
ask.
I just want to clarify something
Just
with
Khalid, a second. I'll hear you in a second. You get a point of order. Just 1 second. I will. I'm going to suspend now. Please get up.
Why are you suspending, Chair? I have a point of clarification, just because I think it would
Because
impact whether to
as a
suspend or not.
practice, Ms. Khalid, the motion is with the clerk. It will be sent out very shortly, so it's going to be a 3-minute suspension. I'm going to come right back, and I just want to give our witnesses a chance to stand up and just explain what's going on. I'll come right back. So is that your concern, Ms. Khalid, or is there something else you wish to ask?
No, Chair, it was something else that I wish to ask. I don't
Okay.
know why you've always talked down to me, Chair. It's not nice.
Well, Ms. Khalid, I'm wrapping things up with the witnesses, and you're interrupting me. So I'm happy to hear any points of order at any time, but it's odd to say, why are you suspending? Because I've actually started to make that as a practice as motions come up to give members, in fact, often it's at the request of the Liberals that I've been asked to suspend. So I'm trying to continue that practice. I don't mean to speak down to anyone. But I would just ask that at times when I'm addressing the witnesses that members just hold off. I will get to everyone in due course. So